there's something fun about Chotsky,
Swag.
like swag, you know,
Scallywag.
like it's kind of like screaming like, "Hey, I'm in business," but like,
Like you get excited if your logo's on a pen.
yeah, it's like, "Hey, we got pens."
You're like, we're real deal now because.
Well,
my
you know
logo's
what's
on a
funny
pen.
is that the last pens we bought that were the Kaloot pens, we did get a less expensive.
See, I don't like those pens.
I don't love them either, but
This
I'm
is a
sitting
pen
here,
that we've
people love.
yes gotten good feedback on over the years in different businesses, and so I just suggested it for home inspections. And you just asked me 2 minutes ago, had I seen the pen? And I'm like, not only have I seen this exact pen, I have looked at this pen for the last 10 years of my life.
You know, I love the homeinspections.com logo.
Yeah, it's nice.
What would you say about me wrapping the truck in homeinspections.com?
Your black truck.
Yeah.
I'd say you should do the jet skis first.
So we don't get tickets.
Yeah. We're like 3 years in the making of wrapping our boat and
Adding
jet
numbers.
skis. He's like, we're going to customize it. It's going to be amazing. And I'm like, yeah, 10 fishery and wildlife visits later, we have yet to put
Gotten
our
pulled
numbers.
over a dozen times. Yeah, I think at this point I probably should just throw some numbers on and things.
No, we
and just,
literally talked about it last weekend. It wasn't, I probably should. It was, you need to get the numbers this week because we're about to be there this weekend and it's the last weekend before the 4th of July and we cannot not have numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
Well,
Because the problem is that I can't decide exactly. The
problem
problem is
is-
two things. One, I got to pay
we're
for
broke.
it. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. But the other thing is that I can't find exactly what I love.
Well, I just found you a couple extra $100 a month.
A couple $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still. I wasn't sure that we had 100% decided on this yet.
He's talking about daycare. I Abigail went to
She
daycare.
has officially done 3 days. She hadn't even done a week of daycare.
She did do well. She committed.
She goes twice a week. So last week she went twice.
She did 2 half days.
Then she did. She's not even going a full day. How can this be our daughter who doesn't even work hard?
The lady, she works really hard. She works
she's-
hard. She
she's
works
gotta play
really
for 3
hard.
hours.
No, she works really hard to let everyone know exactly where she wants to be, and it's not there.
It's not there. It's so funny. Like the first day, I was kind of like, "Yeah, it's
The
gonna
woman
work.
did.
It's gonna be
the
awesome."
woman did say
You
to
know?
me on the phone, she was like, "I mean, she hasn't even been here for a total of 9 hours yet." And I was like, "I know, I understand. That's like a day and a half." I was like,
What did she say? I mean, we're on the topic, and we're
Yes,
probably
so
going to talk about it later. So
we put our daughter into daycare. She gave it a go. I was super proud of both her and me for doing it. And yesterday was really traumatizing.
do we get a refund?
No, we're not going to get a refund.
Okay. Do we fall within the 30-day grace period? So we don't have to pay them again.
I hope so. I didn't question it.
Okay.
Anyway, yesterday, I'm pretty sure she cried on and off for the entire 3.5 hours she was there. And the suggestion was
Bring her more often.
that we bring her more.
Right.
That it is really hard for a 1.5-year-old to understand this transition when they only go for 2
Did
half
you
days a
tell
week.
her that you weren't ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 I said I thought this was going to give me more freedom. And so far, I've actually sat about 5 minutes away from your facility for, for 4 hours straight on those days. And I can't get anything done for myself. And she said, she actually knows that I'm expecting. And I thought that was ballsy of her to say, but she was like, well, and you're also pregnant and hormones right now. And I'm like, I can't believe she just pulled that. I was like, yes, I'm sure you're correct.
Well, that is part of it. But I mean, ultimately, here's how this relates to business, okay? Which is a lot of people are in situations like we're in, which is you have young children and you're working and you might have a situation where you need daycare. And a lot of people make it. Some people they're literally their child's in daycare when they're like a couple months old.
Which
you know?
I
Or-
just suggested to a friend the other day, if you're going to have to do daycare, I mean, earlier is kind of better. I'm not sure. There was a point in time where like it would have been really hard, but like, if your baby's still like a blob, so that just like needs to be held and fed and diapers changed, then you go. This particular daycare only starts taking kids at 1. And so they don't do the whole like baby thing. This is like, we're ready to engage with toddlers. And there was other kids there that were similar ages to Abigail, and they were doing just fine because they
started early.
They were transferring from other care.
One facility to another.
Right.
Yeah. And it is a tough decision. We've talked about this, which is there's a monetary trade-off, right? So there are people who literally put their child in daycare and then work, and then pretty much every penny's going to daycare, right? And so that's a wash. You might as well just spend time with your child.
There are some women
and then
that are
work
like
on some side hustles or other businesses or work from home stuff that maybe doesn't actually require you being on the phone.
I think it's time for me to figure out a side hustle where I can make us some money,
Well, Maria and I we've been making some podcasts on some. By the way, did I talk about the Mod Pod last episode? I think
You did. You already did.
Oh man, okay.
You're always mixing pods. But no, I think it is. It's time for me to have a side hustle. It's going to happen. And I said,
Can the side hustle just be working for our own company at home?
Yeah, or, baking.
Because you are getting paid for this side hustle.
I work hard. Yeah. That's not a side hustle, though. That's a job.
Maybe we should just like shift pay over a little bit.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
We don't need to talk about my pay. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about you. No,
anyway, I didn't want to just. Here's the thing. What?
Yeah, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of you for going for it because just to get to that day one, I'm very proud of you.
It was so
right?
hard,
and I think you and I have made some. We've had the conversations, and I think again going back to people have to have the conversations, and you and I have said, I've said to you, I said, you know what, I think the best profession that you could have right now in your life. Stay-at-home mom. I think that's a luxury, and some people look at it as this negative.
You said it last night. You were like, "You will never regret.
You'll never regret spending
time
this time with them,
with your kids."
But later on, you'll go, "I wish I would have spent those development years with them." Like, there's just not going to be any regrets.
And there are some women who sit there. So, like, it's very interesting. And I'm not trying to get into like family dynamics and whatever else, but there are some women who dedicated their life to being a stay-at-home mom, and everything's worked out perfectly. And actually, we have some really good friends at the lake whose kids are going off to college, and she's like, I'm about to go through another full-blown identity crisis. Like, you kind of go through one when you...
What do you do?
Right, and then all of a sudden, they're like leaving the house.
I'm not a huge advocate of... I think when the kids go to school, I think it's time for you to start, showing up. So,
by the way, I totally agree. And then there's some people that like just run the home. Like running the home is not enough for me. And even now, by the way, we're having all of this conversation. I'm contracting 40 to 80 hours a week plus doing work for you. So it's not like I'm doing nothing.
Absolutely.
But
like you do have a lot of responsibilities.
I need purpose. I have to have people counting
and
on me.
if the kids are gone at school, it's not time to sit and watch TV. It's like, let's get
I don't
get our
turn the
hustle
TV on during the day.
Here's the thing though. Unless, we got our dream boat by then, and then you can just lay out in the sun, and
that would bore me.
I'd want to.
No, that would bore me. That really would.
I know.
It would.
It's interesting because we get away for the weekends in the summertime, and it's really our time to decompress. But at the same time, I couldn't imagine doing it all week long.
No, not at all.
No.
In fact,
even 2 days.
Just this last weekend, we made the decision to say, okay, let's stay all day Sunday and drive home at night.
Yes.
And it was like...
It felt long.
It was nice, but it was like, okay, we don't need this full extra day, like laying out in the sun. It was like, it's fine.
I will tell you, one full Saturday...
is great.
Is really great.
Yeah.
And then
That's all we need.
And I don't mind doing the work that it takes to,
get
put
all
everything
the stuff in the water,
everything else, because I mean, the moment I hit that place, my shirt's off, I'm walking around, people are like, there's a guy walking around. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. He's got his shirt off. Sun's
I
not even
know.
out yet.
All of our neighbors laugh at us because we are full blown like in bathing suits down at the beach at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And they're like, wow, you guys were really go-getters this morning. We're like, every weekend we are.
Yeah, like it's prime time, baby.
But yeah, no, I tried daycare. I put her in, and that's why I was joking that I found an extra couple $100 for you because we had planned for it, and now we're not.
I mean, quite frankly, I was wondering where we're going to get that money from. So like, now that it's gone, and I basically like, hey, we fronted the first month. We had a couple extra. I think we just deposited extra money into the kid account. And,
who knows? No, it
but
came from
I mean,
somewhere.
to think about, I was sitting there going, oh yeah, we got to pay that next month too.
Yeah, I know. But anyway,
having ramen
it was
tonight.
one of those things where I truly was like, if, and I heard from other people too that they had a kid that they attempted to put in for 2 days a week, and it was just too much time in between, and the kid just couldn't get used to it. They upped it to 3 days, and then it ended up being a little bit more successful, but the transition was super hard until then. And I feel like it was like day one was like oblivious, didn't know she was being left. Day two was like, don't freaking leave me here. And then Tuesday was like like it was like,
You're
I
leaving me. I
cannot believe I'm
cannot
back
believe
here.
I'm back
It's
here.
like, I just spent 5 days at the lake. I thought that was an element of the past that was never going to happen again. And then like, boom.
I mean, if you say circle of friends to her, like she frowns and then she bites you.
she did. She's a biter.
You got bit because you left her.
I know.
You
She was
left
pissed. I know. She was really pissed.
pissed.
But
Which is
literally,
why I was having you leave her.
Today I said to her, because my mom was coming over, it's impacted her like emotionally outside of the time in the place. Like last night when I went to Pilates, she was like really upset that I left,
Yeah.
which she never is. And then today she's always fine with my mom, and she cried for like 30 minutes after I left, which she hasn't done since she was 3 months old. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And so I said it's an emotional toll on
So
her.
you feel like you made the right decision.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I feel like 1,000 pounds have been lifted off my shoulders that I don't have to drop her off tomorrow. And because she loved her backpack so much, I actually feel like my new goal, instead of getting ready and going to daycare, is to pack her backpack and go to the park and have lunch with her at the park so we can put the backpack back to the top of her list of things that she loves. Because I feel
Right, because now backpack's like, I'm going to prison.
yeah,
You're packing me a lunch.
she was so excited about her backpack, and I feel
was
like
so excited about
I
the
feel like
backpack.
now it's like if you even say backpack, she's like traumatized. So
Yeah. Well, I hope maybe if you say like, hey, we're going to go to the park and just bring your backpack.
yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. I
it can
need to
become,
introduce.
llama.
Yeah.
Llamas, like she hates llamas now.
No, she does not. She loves llamas.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's
So
that's
glad we
the
shut
deal.
down the whole assembly line to improve the backpack.
Uh,
Circle of friends. Yay.
all the stickers you made. Look, you got to prepare for these things. We're ready for preschool in 5 years.
Yeah, I know. We have 5 years to go. Yeah, 4 years for her.
Yeah.
Well, preschools, you got to be like 4 years old, I think.
We had the discussion. You said I could do whatever I needed to do. I did ask. I said I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be blacklisted, because like if we do choose to go to a place in the future.
Did you ask her if we'd be blacklisted?
I absolutely
And
had
what'd
that
she
com-
say?
She said, no, we don't blacklist anybody. She said, if you want to sign up. Well, not for dropping out like I am.
The moment
I'm sure
she
that
hung up the phone, she's like, "God, oh, son of a, they took a slot,
I know.
lasted 9 hours.
You know, they got paid for the whole month.
I even gave a second tour to the husband.
She did. Well, I was glad she answered the phone. I literally told her, I said, this is a true scenario of an it's not you, it's me. I was like, I'm not your ex-boyfriend, but I am breaking up with you. And yes, I said those words verbatim.
Did she laugh?
Yeah, she thought I was hilarious.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. You're funny.
She said that the teacher was going to be really sad. I was like, I don't know about that. I feel like she's been a problem.
The teacher is the other woman, the younger one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, there's got to be a minimum, right? I mean, we just took 12 grand out of their pocket, you know,
Yeah. Well,
for the year.
Yeah. And I don't know more than that, but
More than that.
for the year, it's not $1,000 a month. It's more.
Oh yeah, it's 1,200 times 12 would be like
1,300,
14,
it's 5 days
1,500,
anyway.
15,000.
Beep, beep, beep.
a lot of money.
Beep, beep.
just save me $15,000.
And save anything.
Guess who's getting jet ski wraps?
Yeah, exactly. We do. We need to get.
Speaking of which, I got the jet skis plugged in. One of them was throwing an error, and I let our friends' kids borrow them.
So
and take them
yeah,
out.
so this is
And they sent
interesting.
the weirdest text.
I know. So okay, first of all, I am very much so protective of my things. Like I don't like to share. I'm very giving. Like if I'm choosing to let you stay in my home, or if I'm choosing to like make you a meal or whatever. But if it's like my vehicle, I don't want you driving it. Like the insurance, and like what if something happens, and I don't want to ask you to pay for it, but I don't want to pay for your mistake, and like, and it's one
Sure.
of so I'm very apprehensive with expensive items to allow for someone else to just take it. Like my sister and her husband have driven our golf cart once or twice, and I was like, "Where are they?"
It's you're right.
Like I am so
understand.
particular. Scooters, it's
you're-
like
and
whatever.
you're like everyone else. Like I think the majority of people are like you.
Maybe.
I grew up with a father that was extremely like, do not touch my stuff. Like he was very possessive on his belongings. And so I am very giving with just about. I mean, you could ask
He's
to
like
borrow
the complete
anything
opposite. Like
of mine.
he's like, you want to take the boat first, but you want to put the boat in, and they're like, well, I've never driven a boat before. You'll learn.
You'll
It's
learn.
okay.
It's not too bad.
You won't hit the dock. It's like, oh my gosh, and I just
That's
sit there.
totally not true. Like I do gauge
When
like,
it comes
ability.
to like the boating stuff, or what if it's truly like what I feel like is, even if it's what's yours is mine, what's mine is yours, but if it feels like a your item,
Yeah.
then I'm like, whatever he's comfortable with.
So the 5 things that are mine in my life, I have no problem lending out.
Which 2 of them were jet skis.
Like the big things of me, realistically, it's things like my computer. Like I'm most likely not going to let a random on my computer.
See, and I'd probably let anyone go on my computer and like,
Yeah, but like my entire life's on my computer.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so like I have actually thought about that. Like if my entire Dropbox got deleted, like what level, I've actually thought about this to prepare myself. Like what level of depression do I think I would actually
I don't even
attain?
want to talk about it. That's really
Like I'd
strange.
have a really rough time.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be consoling
Yeah,
you for that one.
there's some tough times out there.
Yeah, no, but that's not going to happen. So
No.
AI is not going to take over your Dropbox.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but the Kaloop called me in the morning. Did I talk about that?
No, you didn't talk about it on here. You
Yeah.
were like on a call. And
I was on a
you
call,
said to one
and
of
then
our
our
employees,
software
you were like,
called.
I'm so excited. I got a call from AI.
I was like, our software called me, and I sat there and I thought, what happens in my life now, which this is a very real thing, is that when anything unexpected is happening in the software world, I'm like, yep, Skynet, it went live, like it's self-aware, like the world's ending right now. Like that thought goes through my mind every time. So like when it called me, I was like, oh, got it, it's loose. It just built itself, rolls over.
well, it's so crazy you say that. I see like videos about.
Which is why I lend my stuff out, because it's all going to be just.
No, it's not. It is not. No.
Look, right now,
But
there is a
we-
worldwide call led by the team at Anthropic, and they have basically said, we are about to let the genie out of the bottle. It can write itself. It can do itself. They are literally calling for a worldwide stop.
Who's calling Anthropic?
Yes.
Oh.
They're like,
One of our
and
friends
then,
was talking
and then of
this
course the
weekend
next
about,
week they released the Mythos, the safe version of Mythos,
Mm.
supposedly, which is the one, by the way, that cracked the entire like codex for the phone
boy.
systems and like everyone's security. It basically was finding security flaws that have been around for 50 years that, well, not really 50 years, 20 years, that no one's ever found. And it's just like, yeah, I just casually looked at this and found these like huge vulnerabilities.
That's crazy.
Like it could right now, the biggest concern is bioterrorism.
Yeah.
You could be like, create
You're
me
very-
a chemical
you're
that will
very-
eat the flesh off of human beings,
Okay.
and it will literally.
I feel like you're very negative with your world ending.
I'm not
Mentality.
negative. It's coming.
Well,
And a guy put it great. He literally goes. They were talking about this in this podcast with Steve. His name's Steve Barnett. He's from the UK. I love this guy. Anyways, they were talking about this, and the one guy goes, the year 2038 is going to be amazing for everyone who makes it. And Steve looks at me and goes, for the people who make it. And he goes, and then the other guy's like, he's like, yeah, Steve. He's like, explain to me what that means. He goes, Steven, do I really need to tell you? And Steven's like, yeah, you need to tell me. What do you mean by the people that'll make it? And he goes, the end of World War II is great for those that survived.
Right.
He's basically saying that there's going to be so much destruction in the next 10 years that for the people that get through it to the end, we will see
a brighter future,
utopian future. But he said to get there will be the journey of a lifetime.
A bad way to look at. I mean, it seems pretty devastating.
I could watch him say that over and over again. By the way, Steven, like the way he said it.
Okay, I feel like he has a European accent. At first, I was like, "Is he gay?" I wasn't sure what you were doing.
No, I think they both are European.
Okay. Now you don't want to say it again.
No, I was gonna say
now,
like you're
I shouldn't have even. No. Oh
and
my god.
There's an obsession with pee
right
in the house right now with the Abigail and just her following me around. And just the other day, she literally, I walked in the bathroom and then she walked over and sat on her potty.
Yeah.
So like she's right at the cusp of like, hey, like she giggles and laughs. She's like, like, you know, and I laugh because she's laughing. It's like this giggle pee laugh fest that's going on.
Anyway.
It's the joys of our home right now.
No, childhood is a very exciting time. You gotta love these moments.
Except when kids like walk into your place and take your stuff. Okay, so we just talked about like the fact that I'm very giving of my things.
Yes. Okay. So we didn't finish that conversation. So you were like, hey, you guys can like ride these jet skis and whatever. Now we're talking most respectful family you've ever met. Like they filled them back up with gas. They did not have to do that.
Yeah.
They, you know, I mean, I would say they were responsible. They ran the shit out of those things. Like they were having a ball. And one of them did throw an error message. But you are incredibly giving and happy to let people borrow things. But yes, there are other occasions. I almost put it on the list, but I didn't, where people aren't as understanding.
I mean, we had some guests at the place, and you know, one of the little guys. I don't know how old he is, like 4 or 5 years old or something. And he grabbed my guitar in the corner, and it's not about like anyone could grab the guitar. I wouldn't care.
Well, and kids will be kids,
and kids are kids. But it's like I don't want to go buy a new guitar,
right?
And it's a kid, right? So like I'm a little bit more skeptical of like just smashing a guitar. But it sits down and starts like turning my tuning forks, and I'm like, whoa, bro, I don't know how to retune this thing. You cannot be untuning it.
Well, and what's so funny is like girls are so different from guys, like kids and just in general in life. But it is so funny because we're used to a little girl, and anyone who has a little boy is like constantly running after them. They're falling off of everything. They have no fear. And like, trust me, can girls be that way too? Yes. But stereotypically, it's like a little bit sweeter. And so Abigail has access to this guitar. Like you'd think like, well, don't you childproof your place? Isn't it gone? No, because our sweetheart goes over with like one finger and she's like,
she's like wiggling her butt. You know, she's like amazing. I truly believe she's going to be a musician.
I do too.
And it's so funny because like you see these musicians that are professional later in life, and they're like they were born to be a musician. They showed like a picture when they were a baby with like holding a little toy guitar and stuff, and it's like everybody has a picture of them playing a guitar or a kazoo or a harmonica or a trumpet.
All of them. I had a record.
Drums.
I played hot cross buns on my record. Is your throat okay?
Yeah.
Do you need to go grab some water?
I ate lunch today, so
it causes an issue.
Yeah.
Well, it was leftovers from your dinner last night. I went to Pilates and he made dinner last night, and he did tell me, he was like, for every 100 dinners, maybe I'll
make one.
Yeah.
I used to cook for you a couple times a week.
I'm joking.
But because you're
a couple times a week. Yeah. Okay.
100%. I used to cook for you.
Maybe lunch during COVID.
I cooked at the house twice a week.
Twice?
A couple means two, twice a week. You
Okay.
cooked for 3 times, and we went out to dinner 2 times.
That's not even enough days.
2 plus 3 plus 2 is 7.
Okay, so you're counting the weekends.
Yeah, do we just not eat on the weekends?
Anyway,
I would cook, and because you were working too. Since you've been stay at home, you've been cooking almost every day.
Yeah.
Or we go
Do
out to
you
eat.
need water?
I'm fine. Everything will be fine.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't even know what we were talking about. I'm super. Because you made dinner and you had. It for
I made dinner and
leftovers.
you brought it for lunch, and I was like, I'll just have some too. So I won't eat as big of dinner tonight. And I was
Well,
hoping
you
to
probably
go to
won't
Peso
eat any
and get
dinner.
something. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah.
No, well, so it was a really good weekend. We had all of our friends up to the lake, like we said, and we hosted. There was one little snafu, which was it's so funny when these things happen because it's like, it's not, the guy's fault at all. One of my girlfriends was saying she like came in the other day with groceries and she accidentally like the kid was like standing in the way. So like the door or the groceries or something like hit the kid and she was like yelling at her husband, like, how could it's your fault because I had to come through this door because the other door is broken and I would have never hit my child. And that was like me. On Saturday at the lake, we had, you're the president of the association there, and there was a guy there who needed to do landscaping. And so they were chopping down some trees and cleaning up the area behind our place. And so Abigail went down. We've got, 12 people there or whatever. I mean, I don't know how many people were there with the kids or whatever included.
Oh, with
but-
our
our friends were all there,
for the cast,
and so anyway, Abigail goes down for her afternoon nap. I'm gonna need you to get water because we can't all
No, I'm
just
good
listen
now.
to you.
Totally good now. Yeah, that was the last one.
Anyway, so the chainsaw was going on outside of Abigail's window. She slept for like 15 minutes and then she woke up, and I was like the psycho that came down to the beach, and I was like, Chris, the chainsaw. I'm like,
Like, what am I supposed to do about chainsaw?
I was like, do they have to chainsaw right now? Which, by the way, I mean, did they?
it was a Saturday. Like, that is,
Okay,
we're in a resort.
You said it was your last one, and it's not.
Okay.
Go get some water.
There's no time for water. The show's going to be over in 10 minutes. Look, the
Everyone's gonna unsubscribe.
there is something
from our
really
podcast.
strange about doing work at a resort on a weekend. It's kind of like, but they're not at the beach where everyone's at, but they were right behind our unit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked.
It's a
Look,
conversation
it was
that
a
should
bad,
be
It was a
had.
bad thing. But you know what's worse than that
What?
is that I found out today. So like our team in Pakistan, we've had some power outages
You said,
and
yeah.
everything like that. So they messaged me today and they're like, hey, our weather, it's 130 degrees there.
Wow.
130 degrees.
Wow.
And he's like, hey, it's like peak sun at 2:00. And that's when everyone's riding their bikes home. And it's 120 degrees out. And he's like, can we switch our hours up for a couple months and stuff? And I'm kind of caught between, and I talked to our team here and I was like, what that means is that our team would work until our overseas team would be available until 12:00 our time, which means we would only have 3 hours of overlap. And today, right now, we have 5 hours of overlap because we end at 2:00.
What time do they start their time?
They start at 5 a.m. our time. It's so they
What
basically
time
work.
is it their time?
They right now they work 12 to 9. So they come in at noon and then they
Oh,
work
so
till
they're
9
already
o'clock.
working late into the night.
Yes. Which if they're working late tonight, isn't that when the sun's down?
So is it? Yeah, I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
All of a sudden, now that we're talking about it,
Yeah, maybe they should work 2 to 11.
no. Well, wouldn't they come in earlier?
That's what they want to do is come in earlier.
Because they're coming in right now at noon their time and leaving at 9 p.m. So it's the noon bike ride that's hot.
I don't know. Something's not right here now.
Fishy.
Something's fishy.
I don't even
I'm
know
glad we
what the
talked
local.
about this.
I don't even know what the
Anyways,
local time difference is.
I don't know. I just know it's different.
What is the current time in Pakistan?
Right now?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's put it this way.
I'm
when
Googling
it's
it.
2:00, it's 9:00 there. So there's 7 hours ahead of us.
I'm just going to Google it because I don't know what that is.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. I mean, I
10
just told you
o'clock
the
at
answer.
night.
Just be like, how time difference between Florida and Pakistan?
It is currently, it's midnight. 3. No, you're wrong. It's not 7 hours.
9 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours.
That's where you're getting confused with your bike rides.
Yeah, we're 9 hours difference. So
3.
It's 48 p.m. right now.
Yeah, it's 11:48 p.m. It's
Yeah,
midnight
so it's
for them.
almost
3,
midnight.
4, 5, 6,
So they
7,
work till
8, 9,
midnight.
10, 11, 12,
so they work from like 2 o'clock till midnight.
9.
4 o'clock till midnight. I don't know. Something's going on here.
So if they're bike riding, what he's saying is they bike ride at
Look, it
2.
doesn't really matter. All he's saying is that
Is
when
he
they're bike
getting
riding,
off work right now? You said midnight they're done.
yeah, 3
Are
o'clock.
they
our
riding
time.
their bikes home at
2
midnight?
o'clock our time.
This all feels very unsafe. Do they not have a car?
Okay, first of all, cars are a luxury.
I know, I'm just asking.
Speaking of cars and being luxury,
Your AC
my
started working
thermostat
again?
went out in the truck again. And when
Well, we talked about this because I went to book club. Didn't we talk about
Yeah,
this?
we
And
did.
you made me
Yeah.
sweat.
So
my-
I
and
thought
your
for sure it
mechanic
would turn
friend.
back on, right?
And it did.
And so I was literally had Monday. I had deliveries, and I was like driving around delivering home inspection
Yeah, I
boxes.
don't know why you chose to do
to
that
these different places
with no
And then I
AC.
get in the car, I'm like, oh, I got no AC. Like I'm gonna show up these places being like all sweaty,
Disgusting.
People are like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I've been doing inspections out in the heat, you know.
You probably smelled like you were doing
Probably.
inspections.
Well, anyways, I decided to message my
Mechanic friend.
mechanic buddy.
Yes.
And I knew the moment that I got a quote or that I was going to head in that it would miraculously fix itself, and it did. AC just kind of. What's funny is I turned it off, and when I put my hand by the ignition, I felt a blast of cold air in my hand, but I was already like in the process of turning. So I turned the car off, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh no!"
And you're like, "Don't,
it's going to
did
turn
I
back on
ruin
and be
it?"
stuck again. I turned it immediately on, and it was like blowing cold air, and I was like, "Yes," you know.
And he says that was just.
He says I'm lucky,
Yeah.
but I bought a new thermostat to install.
Here's the thing. That truck. I know, like beggars can't be choosers, and
Truck's 6 years old.
yeah, I feel like it's time for a new one.
Well, here's the thing about the truck. Okay, so my goal was when the tires worn down in the truck that I would get new, bigger tires.
Yeah, you've talked about that for a long time.
Yeah, and now's about the time. But see, now the truck's 6 years old,
Just need a new truck.
and it's got a sensor out on one of the tire inflators, and then it's got like
No, that
the
truck
thermostat.
I don't know what you do to your vehicles. Like mine is so pristine. Like you walk
Your
in that,
car's a year old.
and in 6 years, it's going to look exactly the same as long as you have nothing to do with it.
As long as I vacuum it and wash it.
Thank you. For
How many
taking care-
times? Yeah,
I take. Bleh.
how many times have you washed or vacuumed your vehicle?
Multiple.
More than one in one hand?
No, not more than one hand.
You have how many
like multiple.
how many times have you vacuumed?
Probably 3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
How many times have you washed it? Not car wash.
The same. No, the same 3. You vacuum after the car wash.
You literally were like, way more than one hand. Way more than
I didn't say more than
only
one
3.
hand. I said a couple.
Well, maybe if I can say the 3 times that I vacuumed plus the 3 times that I washed it, then the 3 times I thought about it, then
You're
the 3
counting
times,
like Abigail does with your
I
fingers.
know.
Anyway, we need to talk. Okay, so did we get all of the? I was going to say, did we get all the home life?
Anyways,
out of the
I
way?
want to get a homeinspections.com wrap on the truck.
Well, what you need
but
is
we're
a new
making
truck.
a $3,000 investment, and the question is that the truck needs new tires, it needs a new thermostat, and then we got to wrap it. So do
Okay.
we do that with the existing truck,
No.
or do I invest in a new truck? But I just don't want a car payment.
Just get a new truck, and also, which I know we don't have the money for, but don't you have a car payment right now?
Yeah, but it's like paid off. Like it's like
Right.
it's like so I could literally just whatever, you know,
Pay for the
yeah,
car,
pay it.
and then have another bill for AC.
Right. Like I literally, it's like you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I've never been one to pay cash for
Everyone's
cars.
like, you finally can say you own your car, and you can stop making car payments when you start making payments on fixing the car.
Seriously, right? So it's like I'd rather just pay a payment and have a new car.
And be able
Maybe I should just lease
that is
the
the
car.
beauty of leases. That's what I was literally just going to say. But you can't wrap a lease.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you would
You just remove the lease after the fact.
remove the wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean buy the car after the lease?
Or just
But
remove
that's
the
the
wrap.
beauty of the lease. Like
People wrap cars just so that when they turn the lease in, they can peel it all off and it holds its value because none of the paint's gone.
right.
So it protects the paint.
Yeah. I did.
When I
chip a
bought my
little bit of
first
paint.
van and had it wrapped, I just felt so special.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a wrapped vehicle.
Yeah.
Is this what these people?
You need to keep the inside of your vehicle clean. I've never seen a dirtier inside.
Look, I'm not arguing with you on this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad.
But there's only so much time in the day to do things. And
Yeah.
I choose to spend my time with you in abs.
Thank you. I'm glad that our house has like a standard of clean. It's like there's the man cave and there's the garage. The garage, like it gets crazy, then it gets better, then it gets crazy.
Garage has been pretty clean for quite some time.
Yeah, it's really nice. And the car is just taken, a back seat.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Because I want to spend time with my family.
That's really nice. You could just
Yeah.
not put stuff in the car to begin with. But
It's a
anyway,
truck.
it's Florida summer.
truck.
It's been wild and
Stay Cool Business has picked up last week.
picked up, and the humidity is out of this world, insane. And outside lately, there's been swarms of mosquitoes. We cannot keep the mosquitoes out of our home. We've had like
Yeah.
mystery
It's
mosquito
not
bites.
It's not the heat, it's the sun.
We don't have
I'm sorry, it's the
screens.
water.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it has been good for business, so that's good.
That's the thing is like it gets really hot and miserable, but like we'll generate a good chunk of change from Stay Cool. Matter of fact, we're really going out. I think a lot of people, most of the people who have ordered, were just like, yeah, man, they're all new. When you have a seasonal business like Stay Cool, it's like you need to spend time teaching people because people literally over the course of the year they've lost people, and the guy or gal who used to put the orders in, they're no longer with the company. And so and then the new people, they like,
Right.
literally this guy goes,
Oh my
he goes,
gosh.
wow, we have an account with you guys?
Okay,
He
we
logged in, he's
never-
like, this is so cool.
We never talked about the person who called you late at night for Stay Cool. That you said was a man, and I wasn't convinced, but either way.
Yeah, what were we going to talk about him?
Literally, this person was like, so the customer didn't have air. And when you hung up the phone, it was one of the most painful conversations I've ever had to listen to late at night in our home. But I was like, wow, if I was out of air, I want that person on my side trying to get me.
You're talking about the sales guy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this guy was amazing.
He called and he was like, my manager says that we don't do business with you and blah, blah, blah. But I know we've offered your service before. Like, this salesperson was not taking no for an answer and wanted air for their customer.
Yeah.
And they were literally like, so anyway, they were like, if we have done business for you, can you tell me the last date we've done business with you? Like, sitting there trying to like alleviate any conversation.
I might have inverted a couple digits.
Did you? You were like, you used us last month for many orders. And you were like,
Might have been a few months before that.
and they were like, really? And then you name dropped and you were like, this person used, and you were like, well, that's my manager's manager. Oh, well, we can use you then.
Yeah,
And so
they for real, they have used us in the
and
past.
they did have like a card on
and
file.
they had a card on
everything.
file and everything else.
Yes.
And so I was kind of like, I have like the magic. I'm like, I could place this order for you if you want. Like I'm logged into
He
you
was
right
like,
now.
I can make it happen.
And it
But
was pretty
this
awesome. But
person
that
was-
guy, I would want that guy working for us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this
He
person
was
was not saying
fighting for that customer.
But I will tell you, he's sitting there and he's like walking around the office. We're in the middle of this conversation trying to get, I wasn't part of any of the conversation. He was just on speakerphone. But literally, he was like, I got 1% battery left on my
Oh my gosh, this guy had 1%
He's
battery
walking
life.
around the office asking everyone for a charger. He's like, I don't want to lose Chris on the phone. I'm trying to get air for my customer. Does anyone have a phone charger? It was like you could tell this person was a little bit of a mess. But
I
like,
wish I could find a note for that guy. I could find out who that dude was.
I know, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, the customer got air. It was really
They
nice
got
of
air.
them.
We got business.
Yeah.
We did an order for someone. We like I said, last week was a good week. We put a couple dollars into our pocket. So I'm hoping it picks up. Matter of
That's
fact, we got an
always
order
good.
yesterday. And we got an order today. So, and what's really nice is that these orders stay for several days. The person that went in yesterday, they're like, "How long do you need it for?" And it's like, probably a week. But here's the thing: is that was a end user client. So they're paying $80 a day. Matter of fact, I didn't even check to see if they extended. I need to do that. Make sure that it's being extended and
Reminding
getting
yourself.
charged.
I know.
I gotta put that
We've
money
got
in my
lots of
pocket.
stuff going on for home inspections. You sat me and Robin down in a room today and said, go make it happen.
You know, it's so funny, because there are aspects of being a husband and wife team that work on things, and I think we both know each other really, really well. And one thing is that I know that I just need to tell you what I need. I don't need to, but you get into like education discussion mode.
No, I feel as though I understand what you want.
Yes, and then you have to tell me what you think that I think that you think no.
No, I believe while you think you are an excellent communicator to others.
Oh, trust me, no. There's a thing in sales where it's
I am like
tell
your
them what you're going to tell
translator.
them.
Yes.
Tell them what you told them.
Yes.
That's you all day long. It's like literally we're having the same conversation a couple times, different ways. And
Well, guess what? If things then don't get done, whose fault is it? It ain't mine. I was pretty damn clear. Okay.
I know it's like your strategy but here's the thing.
I'm a good manager. Thank you very much.
I am at this point where I'm sitting here going, look, I just can't micromanage. Like I can't, there's a part of me that wants to tell people what to do, but then I'm also liable for the failure. And I already am doing a lot of failures. So I'd like to go ahead and just let
come up
other people
with
share
the
in my
idea.
failures.
I see.
Look,
no,
business is
nothing's
hard.
gonna fail.
It's not failure, but what it is, it's like,
Well, here's what's crazy is you stand up new products and you're like, I don't know the market. I don't know the people. I don't know how to sell it. I don't know where to sell it, but you can figure it out.
that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay. And that's great if you've
By
got
the way,
like this
I have figured out
young,
how to sell it.
hungry.
I need the people and I
Yes.
need the expertise that you have been
Here's
classically
what's crazy.
trained in.
We were just talking about how it is so hard to find employees that are like hungry and passionate and like whatever. And again, everyone's different and they have different skill sets and they bring them to the table. But for the client I'm doing some consulting for or whatever, one of the new employees that is very green bean messaged after 5:00 last night. And I was messaging the boss and I was like, wow, your new employee's on Teams after hours. And he was like, I know. He's like, she's the only one on the team that's ever messaged after hours. And I was like, isn't it amazing? Like,
Who's this? I need more details later.
what are you talking about?
Do I know these people? Anyways, you know what? I'm very blessed. I will say that our team here,
We got a new team member this last week.
Caleb.
Yeah. Caleb. Yeah.
Caleb.
He's word on the street is he's a hard worker.
Word on the street is he's a hard worker.
Better keep
we
it
don't
up.
want. First of all, we don't want to give too many kudos on the show.
I know
So,
he might be listening. He
I
needs
will-
to,
I
he needs
gave-
to work harder.
needs to work harder. Guy's not working hard enough.
No.
You know, here's the thing, right? Daniel over at the other office. You know, we had a previous team member there who we inherited. We never would have hired them to begin with, but I wanted to give them the benefit of the
Okay.
doubt. And you were just like, let that mother bug go. Like you were just like, they need to go. They need to go.
Hold on. You're talking about a couple of different things here. There was one employee who was not only toxic to the work environment, did not work super hard, but also found every loophole possible to potentially.
Yeah, and you're like, let them go. Like, I think we could do better. And I'm like, but I don't have anyone else.
Well, and the other thing was
and that
like
patience paid off. because
everyone
we had
wondered if there was going to be a liability in letting him go because they thought he or she.
we don't know who it is. The name starts with a W.
No,
you know.
And we're already talking about the new position. No. Anyway, it all did
Look,
work out.
At the end of the day, that we had another employee who was looking for work, an ex-employee from there, and he wanted to come back and join the team. And I was kind of like, golly, you know, it'd be really nice. But it's like you're trading up, like sometimes it's like a known issue is better than an unknown issue, right? Well, anyway, it just so happens
This
that while
person's
we're
been
having
great.
discussions and I'm about at the end of my rope, this new person's coming in And I met him for the first time. And by the way, I talked to him on the phone. I was like, man, this guy's so articulate. He's so, whatever. Then I met him. The guy's all tatted up, right? Like neck tattoos, head tattoos,
Yeah.
arm tattoos. And he's like the most articulate, respecting like person in the world. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's one of those things where you're looking at someone, you're like, this is why people said not to judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Because if you had walked in, I might have cut the interviews short. I wouldn't really. You might not have gotten the.
Well,
chance.
you actually wouldn't have. You are pretty good about not judging people, but some people would. I'm laughing because
You're right.
There was a guy who came in here for a job, had a tattoo on his face, and didn't like it. And you were like, "How about I help you pay for your tattoo removal, and then if you really want to come work for the company, you can." And you didn't ask him to do it; you just knew it was something he wanted, and you felt like you were doing
He
a good
said
deed.
that he felt that it was blocking his. He realized that he had made.
Anyway,
made a
all I'm
bad
saying
mistake.
is you wouldn't judge the book by the cover. You're
felt
pretty,
led.
You're pretty good.
I felt led.
About that, but
And here's the thing: is that that all comes back full circle.
this guy over there, though, is doing a fantastic
Anyways,
job.
he's doing an amazing job.
Yeah, which
and
is
I'm
great.
just I mean, I couldn't have asked for better. We got a new embroiderer that came onto that team, and she's doing it amazing. And it was kind of like you thought you were doing good before, and then you get someone else. And granted, the person that left was the owner's wife, and she'd been there for a while and kind of like stuck in her ways and everything else. And you get some fresh, newer blood in there, and it was like bam, bam, bam. She's running all these machines, and we're like, oh shit, like.
First of all, everyone's
is
amazing.
awesome.
Previous employees were amazing. Current employees are amazing.
Look, some people are not amazing.
This is a public podcast. Maria, do not make shorts over those.
No, that's the best shorts.
I'm kidding.
The best shorts is where we like totally like, but it's like,
No, not at all. It's so funny
Sound effect
because
shorts.
there are some people who still leverage me as like a mentor or like ask my opinions on managements of teams and people and whatever. And just this morning I got a call about something and I was giving my recommendations and they were like, okay, well, I'll go circle back with HR and say that I'm going to do this. And I was like, no. No. You don't need to go to HR. You just need to do what you're going to do. And I'm very like, and then it was like a couple hours later, there was another discussion and this person was like, I know you told me not to go. I wanted to book a presidential suite for a conference that was happening in a hotel. And I said, get to the hotel before the conference. Like, this is a year out. And I was like, and get the presidential suite because then they won't be able to block it off and they'll charge you for using it. And so anyway, they were like, I know you told me not to say anything to the person who's running the conference, but I did. And I'm like, you pussy.
people just don't listen.
I'm like, you know what? It also bites me in the ass because I'm very much so like, I'm confident in my ways. I'm going to do it this way because I don't need someone else to tell me whether or not they agree or disagree.
Yeah, people definitely need
Justification.
assurances and
Yes.
stuff,
Yes,
like,
absolutely. And I have never, now it's bitten me in the ass because sometimes when you
better to ask for forgiveness.
yeah, well, and also there is a dynamic inside of an internal company culture where if you're trying to work on a team, if you leverage someone in their position like HR, for justification, then they feel like, oh, you respected me in my position, and and I'm not sure I've ever given anyone that.
No, no, I think you hit the nail on the head on that one. Pretty sure that you have assessed your situation and role correctly.
I am very self-aware,
You're very self-aware.
which is why when I'm offering advice, I say, I wouldn't. You might want to.
You might want to do it. I wouldn't do this.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
So
business.
we are coding Codex. We are in our second week. Codex has been
We
coding
or your
for-
poor little laptop.
My laptop's been coding for
Chugging
12 days.
That's insane. Is that all it's been? Because it feels like an eternity.
And it's at like 60% done of this project.
Is it?
Yeah. Now, if it continues on, let's say we get to 20
Do we get like a preview? Do you have a preview?
Yeah, I can. Matter of fact, I might do it today. I might just do a little preview of it. See how this looks. Hey, we check on it. It's like, this shit don't work.
What if it's like a porn? Like, what if it's like terrible?
Then my prompts are wrong.
or it's all just a farce.
I don't know, but I mean, part of me wants. I sit there at this point. I've actually kind of lost hope on it. I'm like, there's no way. It's gonna
Really?
be, well, I'm sitting there going, there's no way it's going to be as good as I hope. And so I'm lowering my expectations so that I can open it up and be like it's a no win. If it's horrible, it's like, wow, I just wasted all this time. If it's amazing,
Well, you didn't really waste
I'm
any
like,
time.
yeah, we're all doomed. You know?
Okay.
So I listen to this other podcast.
So I
and
just want to hope that this thing's mediocre for your sake.
I want to make it sure that it's good enough that I can hand it over to my team and that they don't go, what is this shit code?
I feel like you already
Because-
showed them the beginning of it and they said, what is this shit?
Well, that was the UI. And yes, we all were like, what is this shit? But we didn't give it certain things. So it's okay.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I'm optimistic.
You're giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. We'll see what happens. I'll have another update next week.
Yeah. We'll get
If we have a podcast.
next week.
Yeah.
Next week we are in Disney.
I think we're off next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call. We're not actually in Disney. We're visiting family in the Orlando
Around the
area.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be in town who live out of state. So that'll be
Yeah,
nice.
I got to take more time off. Oof.
More time off before you go to New York and gallivant around for 6 days. You're going to have such a good city life.
No, I'm not. Although I might go
I can give
meet
you
with Kyle
recommendations. Oh, yeah?
or West.
You could go, no, not West. You could go, he's talking about the Summer House crew. You could probably find a Kyle Cook DJ event to go to.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
I'd be so pissed.
I'd
No,
be-
I wouldn't.
I'd be so tired.
I'd be happy for you, but
I could not stay up till 2 a.m. to see Kyle.
it's not all 2 a.m. He does like day parties and stuff.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't
There
know.
you go. You're supposed to be selling dusted.
I'll be selling. I'll be slinging the dust.
There you go.
Yeah, we're out of time.
I'm way out of time. See
All
you
right,
guys
we'll
later.
see you next week.
No, we will not see you next week.
See the pod. We need a cool closing name. Say that's it for the pod.
Bye bye. Business and belly laughs. Ew.